Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Jimmy Dukes. Here we are for another sit down with another awesome content creator. If it's your first time here, we sit down with different content creators on different platforms and talk about their journey and how they become streamers and content creators and their thoughts of what's going on in the streaming world and content creation world. And today we have somebody that I've had on my radar for a minute. We've crossed paths through Hood Gaming. Shout out to Hood Gaming, Robbie. And I would see him in the chat, and then he'd start coming into mine, and he blessed me a couple times with a couple 100 stars. So shout out to him. And he started streaming, and I got to know him through his streaming, and little by little, man, I have such a good time going by his stream. But without further ado, here's our guest right now, Mr. CrapWeasel99. What's up, buddy?
What's going on, brother? How's it going?
Good, brother. I appreciate you taking the time to come in here and chop it up with me, man. This thing, I love doing this because, you know, obviously we know each other, but we don't know each other. So I like having these sit downs with content creators because there'll be a lot of stuff that, you know, a lot of people might not know about you, and just kind of like know what your goals are or what's going on, you know, behind the camera, or, you know, because a lot of people get to know us to a certain extent and maybe not know us.
Yeah.
You know? So I appreciate you taking the time, man.
Oh, no problem. I'm glad to be here.
Hey, badass, man. So let's just start off with rattling off these questions I have for you, bro. You know, what are the biggest thing? Obviously, what am I looking at? You know what I mean? What am I looking at?
You're looking at Otter that I decided to call a weasel because that's my name. I couldn't actually find a weasel animation. So.
That's so, you know, when you started doing this, I was like, this is genius. I just thought it was the funniest shit ever. But it also plays into, you know, what kind of content creator you are, because it's in my opinion, when I like going into your streams, you're raging, but in a fun way. So, but when you see a weasel raging and then laughing, the entertainment level just bumps up like that much. So how'd you come across your name? Like, did you give yourself this name? Was it a nickname growing up, or where did CrapWeasel99 come from?
So when they first started doing gamer tags on Xbox and, you know, Call of Duty, all that stuff, my original name was Rumple Foreskin. And and
Shut the hell up.
Yeah, I had that.
Oh my god. That is amazing. I almost spit that juju out.
I actually had that for like 10 years. And then all of a sudden, Activision and Facebook and whatever is like, nope, it doesn't work for us anymore. So I'm like, okay. And I just was going through all these names, and I was just like, God, I'm an immature grown child. Like, Crap Weasel.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why it just popped in my head. And then I was like, 99.
You ran. Hey, at least it wasn't a 69, right?
Yeah, exactly. Got to be somewhat original.
Right? That's awesome. So, like, give us a quick little background about yourself. I mean, I know that you're not, like, you don't really hide your face, but at the same time, this is more like how you 90% of the stream, right? Yes. Okay. Yes. So if somebody were to jump in your stream, they eventually would see your face sometime, right? It's not like 100% that you're hiding your identity.
No. I don't even care about that. It's like I used to have a huge TikTok, Twitch. Is it Twitch? What is the Twitter? Twitter following. So I never cared about my face.
Oh, okay.
So my wife made me take it down because of I was awesome on there.
Yeah.
She's embarrassed by me.
Yeah.
But no, I just, you know, this is just more fun, you know.
No, that's cool.
It's more engaging. Like, this actually helps a lot of people. They stop and I get what the hell am I watching?
I think, yeah, you're the only that I follow, not that I know, but that uses a character like this. And and I haven't seen anybody else with your character, which is unique as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what's a quick background? Like, where are you from? Where'd you grow up? Like, you know, some things that you can share with us that you'd be willing to somebody who's listening to this for the first time and getting to know you.
Absolutely. I was born and raised right outside of Baltimore, a place called Pasadena, Maryland. And I lived there majority of my childhood and adult life. Then I met my wife on Twitter, and ended up flying out to Minnesota to meet her, which was stupid because this place sucks and it's too cold, dude.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
But I really liked her, so I ended up after 2 years of flying back and forth, I came out here, married her. Now we have three little redheads, and yeah, I'm a carpenter by trade, and yeah, pretty much an adult child.
Cool, man. So like you're talking about your background and whatnot, but did you grow up playing video games? Was that something that you were doing, or?
You know, I did, but I actually stopped playing video games for like 7 or 8 years,
Uh-huh.
and I only recently got back into it about a year and a half ago. I had fallen off of a extension ladder at work,
Mm-hmm.
and just completely shredded my body. 5 surgeries later.
Jesus.
So like after the first 2 surgeries, I was super depressed because I'm like the man of the house.
Of course.
That's has to be the provider.
Yeah, of course.
And even though I'm making a lot of money, I do good for myself. So we weren't missing a lot. It still doesn't feel right, like sitting there.
Like an ego, like a little ego thing. Yeah, no, I definitely understand.
No social interaction because I couldn't do anything, and I actually come across Hitman Gaming stream.
Nice.
And that guy is just cracking me the fuck up.
Yes.
And then I was like, I'm gonna play some video games. So I started playing Call of Duty. Again, I'm still trash at it. I haven't gotten much better from when I started back up on it. And my friends were like, you should try streaming because you're an idiot.
Nice.
Like as far as like you're funny, and people would probably they'd laugh more at you than.
Yeah, that's awesome. Like what games did you play like growing up? Like what were some of your games growing up? Like before getting to the content creation side, like what games were you playing when you were younger before the break?
The very first original Rage game, Mario Kart. that was the game like that. You and your friends probably throw hands.
What, the Super Nintendo one or which one?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. And that game was just. Well, actually, no. I think the very first game I ever played was Track and Field on Nintendo.
No, wow, I remember that. Yeah, dude. Like,
yeah.
Holy shit, bro, that's awesome.
We would fist fight with that because it had the double pads on the back, and if someone was doing the hurdles, and you tap the pad,
and the person would jump.
Yeah. So they get off it. But like stuff like that, like I always loved the competitive games. Aside from Zelda was the only one that, where I wasn't playing with other people. But yeah, competitive games were just fun. I like, as weird as it sounds, getting mad at the games.
Right. It's like it makes you want to try harder, kind of thing.
Exactly. But I never seem to get better though, even though I try harder.
I keep trying, but sounds like my games when I play, bro. I've had people like, hey man, why don't you get better? Like, this is it.
Yeah. I've hit my apex.
This is it. This is what you get from me, bro. We're gonna laugh and have a good time. I can guarantee you that. Wins, kills, I don't know, but you know what I mean.
Exactly.
So you were talking about being injured and then being at home, and then you started watching Hitman, and then that started like you started gravitating toward the streaming thing when somebody brought it up to you, right? So
yeah.
So when you looked at it like, fuck it, why not? Or was it kind of like you were hesitant, or what? Like,
well, no, I'm not hesitant because I'm far from a shy person, and I'm just like, you know what? I need something to focus on and take my mind off of this. So the old lady gives me the credit card. She's just like, how much is it going to cost me? I said, $2,000. I come in with all this stuff. A month later, she gets the bill, $9,000 in.
Fuck. 2 G's.
I was like, I'm going hard.
Hey, if I'm getting it into something, I might as well.
Yeah. And, so I just hooked it up, and it's been wild. I mean, I hit the what is that, level up in the first month.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I don't know how great the growth is. I mean, I'm at 1,200 followers or whatever, but it's just been amazing. Like, I've had people from like the second day I started I even turned to hit that live button that are still with me.
That's so awesome.
And it's been so much fun. Like the meeting, to me, it was more of a way to social interact. I never thought about the possibility of making money and stuff like that. It was just like, I get it. The percentages are like negative percentage almost to a degree. like a fraction of a percent can make it in this business.
Mm-hmm.
And I just needed people who enjoy playing video games to talk to.
And that's cool that you know, as the one biggest thing that I've noticed in talking to people is everybody has a different MO when they're going into this, right? So it could be networking, it could just be socializing, it could be business, it's to make money, it's to be famous. So with you going in like just to do it because you wanted to do it to have fun, you were realistic with it. Because a lot of people go in thinking, oh, this person's making money, I could do that. Oh, I can get wins, I could be entertaining. And they go in thinking like money or fame or whatever. And then when that doesn't work, they get pissed off and it crashes and burns or whatever. So I commend you the fact that you're like, man, I was in a rough spot. Me spending 9 G's was ridiculous at the time, but it helped you get out of what you were going on at the time because you just wanted to play games and socialize, right?
Yeah, exactly. And you know, I did it, and man, again, it's been amazing because I'm the kind of like content that I create is very interactive.
Mhm.
Like I can't even like I have a hard time accepting the subs from people now just because I want to play with everybody.
Yeah.
Always. I just say if I'm on and you're on, let's play. If
Yep.
a bunch of other people want to play, I'll rotate you out.
Yep.
And it's like it's so interactive and I can be entertaining and people have learned to play with me and how
Yep.
to
And that's that's a good thing you say that because a lot of people will want to play with you because of you. You know what I mean? Not because of the wins or you know to get to get the clout with you or whatever. And that's a good thing. You know, we were talking off stream about that. How when you start building a community for the right reasons, it's more meaningful.
Yes,
it's definitely more meaningful.
I have private messages with a lot of my community members who are the ones, especially I know realistically, as you grow, it's harder to hold relationships, form new ones. So the ones that you make in the beginning are the most important.
Correct.
And so I have a lot of private messages with people, and we talk about not the stream, just life.
Yeah, just life.
You know, how they're doing. You know, I watched, you know, not to be off topic of recently, about 5 or 6 streamers get together and they did a, you know, I can't with the weasel, but quotes mental health stream.
Yeah.
And the basis of it was how streaming affects their mental health. To me, that's just your job. This is your passion that you wanted to get into. And I was so offended by that because mental health, people with real mental health issues, you know, I believe this can stress you out to no
definitely.
This can do all that, but if it's affecting your mental health, this is not the job for you.
Yeah.
But what they were basing it on was, my stars have won away. My reach. Yeah. That's what was stressing them, not the interaction part. Like maybe their social anxiety kicks in. I would have agreed with that because I still get like that. I just can't right now.
Yeah.
You know. But when it comes to like numbers and stuff, you know, so it's like I've had people come to me and it's like, you know, I'm having a hard time. Hey, message me offline.
Yeah.
I will sit up with you for an hour. We'll bullshit. You know, because people have real mental health issues, and I love being able to, because I suffer from that stuff, you know, but I'm also not one that puts it out there.
Yeah.
You know, into the ether. You know what I mean? I just like, hey, let's talk.
Yeah.
You know, and there's a lot of people out there who just they want to connect, and I don't want them to connect with my stream and think because I'm talking to them they have to send stars.
Yeah,
but, you know, I don't want to take advantage of your mental health. Let's talk as person to person.
Yeah.
You know?
Isn't that crazy? And you're not the first person to say that I've had on here. Is that your goal was to just have fun and be online, and with you just being yourself, you started building relationships and you became relatable to people. And you help them without even realizing you just being you've helped out so many people. Isn't that crazy?
I love it. And I love it.
It's like, crazy. I've got that feeling too. Like those messages you got, I've gotten messages from so many different people throughout my 2 years of doing this. And that was never my goal. Like when you hear somebody say, dude, I had a shitty day. You crashed a helicopter and I started fucking laughing. You know what I mean? And I took that from you when you were doing that all the time. For a spurt, everybody I was playing with, I was like, I'm grabbing a helicopter, Don't get mad at me. I'm going to go try to make a clip. But I had so many people that would just enjoy me being myself. And like, being, reachable to how you were saying, obviously you to a certain extent, when you start getting to know somebody, you'll talk to them more, not just random people, but you start building those relationships. I would have never met you or Robbie or Green, or Reef or some of my other homeboys. Unfortunate one. Like if it wasn't for the streaming thing, and these are all good ass people.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I've talked with you privately about this before. Like any streamer, you start off and there's networking. Even if you start off for the reasons like I said, just you want to get people into your stream so you can actually. So like myself, I could actually engage, and I couldn't do it unless I promoted myself to a degree and network. But it's as it goes on, you start to see real and what is real and what is not. And
yeah.
My circle of streamers has gotten so small, and it's perfect where it is. I about 10 people I mess with, and I actually went and unfollowed a bunch, not out of spite or anything. I just realized we're different.
Yeah,
in so many ways that kindness and generosity you might have showed at one point was for a means to an end, opposed to just being a good person.
Yeah.
Like again, you've seen me. Like one of the things I'm known for in the streaming community, but by streamers, is I will go and come in and I'll show some loves, dropping stars, and I'll just dip out.
Not just dropping little stars. You know what I mean? Well, you're not trying to gloat about it, but man, you have personally, have given me quite a bit, and we talked about it off stream, and even before, I was like, man, you don't need to do that. He's like, but I want to, and I don't do it just for anybody. So, and I was like, damn, this guy just helped me pay for half of this mic, and and all shit. And he just did it because and this was before you were streaming. You know what I mean? And I got to know you, and we talked off stream, and you had questions, and we talked a little bit, and we've been in each other's circles, and it goes back to what you were saying: is you want to associate yourself with the right type of people.
Yeah, and I want to see people I know who have a genuine passion for this. Again, we both are on the same pages. It's a fraction of a percentage that's going to make this.
Yeah. But
sometimes you see that glimmer in the beginning of like, maybe this person just needs that little nudge to say, yeah, I am good enough to keep going.
Yeah. It's good to have that pat on the back, especially for people that you respect. You know what I mean? Like, since we're still getting to know each other, and there's a lot of guys that I started with that don't stream, or there's guys I started knowing, and I might not be as cool with them, but I feel the love and support from afar. We might not be best friends or whatever, but it's good to see that, there are good people out there that don't worry about getting anything from you, and they're doing their own thing, and they're in their own lane, but we can still see you. I can see you from afar and say, hey, what's up, man? Everything good? Yeah, man. Appreciate you, and that's how it should be. You shouldn't have to worry about, well, he's never here and he's never there. And you know what I mean? If you're in the right type of circle with the right type of people, that shouldn't even be an issue.
Yeah.
That shouldn't even be an issue.
One of the coolest moments of streaming I've ever come across is, I do my thing where I drop stars and I leave. I don't even like to say.
I know, yeah. So Weasel just lent me $10. Didn't even say hi.
I was streaming one night, and this content creator, Echo FB, he comes in my chat. He's just like, I don't know if you know who I am. He came in under his personal account. He's like, I'm Echo FB. I'm like, never heard of you. And he's a lot bigger than me, but I just, different styles. And he's just like, here's a 100 what's a 10,000 star bomb. I'm like, what the hell is that? What's that for? And his message read, I've seen you around a lot of streamers things. I love how you don't promote yourself. You just try to support people, and just for the right reasons.
Isn't that dope?
Here's a little bit of love back at you.
That's crazy.
And then he just left.
That's crazy.
Like, that made me feel so good. I was like, so at the end of the day, you do want to feel appreciated, but my appreciation level is also like, if you keep going, you appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that you put so much good out, that shit comes back eventually. Not that you're doing it for that reason, but you just being yourself and you doing what you've always kind of been doing anyways. And that's me, without getting religious or spiritual or anything like that. I just believe like whatever energy you put out, that shit will loop back around to you eventually. Not right away, not the way you think you want it, or the way you think you're gonna get it, But if you just keep doing what you're doing, that shit comes back to you in different ways, and you might not even realize it. And I think that's why a lot of people are so worried that they always want more and more and more, but they don't push that positivity out. You know what I mean? And we were talking about, the streamers being negative and because of reach and things like that. And, those are the, and to everybody has a different grind. Everybody has a different goal. And I respect everybody's grind, whatever they do. You're doing it for fun. You're doing it for money. You're being famous, whatever it is. But when you start complaining, that's when I just lose respect for somebody, because if there's something wrong, then you need to change it, not sit there and complain about it. Like, what are you going to do about not making your goal? What are you going to do about the reach? What are you going to do about having a shitty month? What are you going to do? Instead of sitting there and pointing fingers at, oh, this person's got a better reach. CrapWeasels over here is tearing it up with 100 likes. I only have 20 likes. That poor me thing doesn't work in this industry.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
No. And you know what? Like, I had this talk with my kid once. The only thing I'm obligated in life is to raise you from the time you're born till you're 18.
Mm-hmm.
I said, that's it. And that applies to this. I'm only obligated to raise my kids. I'm not obligated to like you. I'm not obligated to like your stream. I'm not obligated to share anything. So that means if I'm not obligated, you need to do more to draw me in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's the viewer's time. The viewers decide. And I think I said this to you a little bit ago off stream. You have 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Realistically, from the time someone sees you, might stop in the view for a minute, and then they leave.
Yep.
Or they stay.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not doing your best, don't feel like you are obligated or people are obligated to come like you.
Yep.
Because you have so many followers.
Yep. Well said.
You're a performer.
Yep.
You are. At the end of the day.
Yeah.
No matter if you're streamers like me, like I don't really try to. I'm myself, and I'm just people like it. Or you have a niche like a hitman who's a comedy stream.
Yep.
You gotta keep pushing. If you stop and get stagnant, then you start blaming everyone, and that's just not how it works.
Yeah. I had a friend of mine the other day. We were hanging out and having some beers, and we were talking about this, and he's one of my good friends, but he's never in my streams. You know what I mean? And I don't hate him or, my family or anything, but he had said something, an analogy that was really good. He was, oh man, he's like, you're kind of like a restaurant. I was like, well, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, you could be out there, but a person go to your restaurant once and say, man, that food was great, but never go back.
Yep. And
I was like, no shit. I never thought about it that way. Think about it. Like, you can be a great restaurant on a corner and somebody shows up and says, damn, man, Jimmy Dukes Gaming, that shit was dope, man. He has a dope ass stream, but never goes back. So that's the thing. It's like people come and go. So you got to be okay with that, because how you were saying, if you did enough for them to come back, then they're going to want to support you. But the people that don't, you don't have to, you got to stop worrying about the people that don't come back. They'll drop that like and that follow and never come back. Hey, it is what it is. But you can't get caught up in that, because yeah, you'd like all this and then you don't take the time to come back. You can't worry about that,
Well, like I have a mod, and one time he was in stream, he was telling me, he's like, I've been watching you for 5 months. He goes, I've only been active in your community for a month. He goes, I suffer from extreme anxiety. He's like, I do this and I avoid people just all around. Eventually I said hi. And then every time I even liked your stream, even when I said nothing, you'd be like, hey, come in here and talk to me.
Mm-hmm.
You say hi all the time. Stop sharing my shit. Just get in here and talk to me.
Right. I noticed. And that's the thing that's cool that you said that, because we notice everybody out there, man, when you guys drop those likes, and we notice it when people come by, don't think that we don't, even though some people might be bigger or smaller, I get a lot of love. Like when I'm off stream, like people still go back and like, or still drop a comment or like my TikTok or my Instagram, like any type of support I notice. And I appreciate it just like as you do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And but like you're saying on the restaurant thing, is like people might like it and leave, but a lot of times they're still there watching. You might not see it. They might forget to like, but they're watching.
Yep.
And they might have some sort of mental health issue.
Yeah, they just kind of lurk.
They're not good with talking, even though you're not face to face.
Yeah.
It takes them a while. And, the key is just to keep doing what you're doing. If you see them, they keep liking.
Yeah. You're doing something right for them.
Oh, yeah. I cuss at my community all the time. Like, get in here, dickhead.
So we're talking about all the different things of content creation. So like, do you consider yourself like you're taking, obviously I've seen you do more and more. So when did you like get to that point to where like, I'm going to take this a little bit more serious? Like when
You
was
know,
that little snap? Like you've been doing it for a year and a half, you said, right?
yes.
So when
No,
was,
a year and a month.
okay. So when did you start realizing like, I'm going to put more time into this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. When did that little switch for you flip?
Probably about 6 months ago when I realized, and again, I don't do it for the money right now because I don't keep any money.
Mm-hmm.
But the money I do make, whether it's $5 or $100,
Mm-hmm.
I am able to help other people with that money.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, and I seem to be halfway decent at what I do. Maybe not the gameplay, but just being entertaining.
Yeah.
To people. I mean, that I can take. It's like someone who does charity work. Just them being there, feeding somebody, for free. That makes them feel good. It gives them drive. I can take this money and help other people. I used to help streamers with it. I never keep a penny. Now I help family members, or and again, I first time I ever said this live. I've had community members who are struggling, and last Christmas I sent money to a community member privately, because they needed Christmas presents. But I'm able to do that through my stream.
Yeah, and because you want to do it.
Now, at some point, my mind is set to, I do want to do this, move to part time and then full time, because then I can really help people. Because I'm always still going to work a job.
Yeah,
I can't trust any industry,
no,
especially entertainment.
Yeah,
so it's like I will always work at least a part time job out of the house, even if I'm doing this full time.
No, yeah,
But
that's yeah.
But
yeah,
I
to
realized,
be a full-time content creator and make a comfortable living, and we were saying it off stream, like what percentage is that? You know what I mean? So
oh yeah. I mean,
respect to those who do that shit. Like
there's only 1%
respect.
100,000.
Yeah, respect.
That's the truth. Like the numbers, there's a 1% of Facebook streamers, just at least they're on Facebook, make $100,000 a month. So but I can help people at the same time, just talking to them. Being like you really do have a platform to do good and not be selfish. That made me feel good because I came up from nothing. I never had someone to reach out to me to inspire me and or push me to be better.
Yeah.
I had to do it all on my own. And I struggled. I did some bad shit when I was and to be able to do that for someone that I've never met that lives in New Zealand, that's an amazing feeling.
Yeah. And that's cool. So that's like, this leads up to this perfect question. Like, so like you're talking about doing all these things because you want to, and it makes you feel good. So how do you keep the motivation going? Obviously you work full time and you do this as much as you can too. Like what keeps that motivation going for you to keep doing this?
Right now, my mother's old and I have my nephew has got brain cancer. He's 8, trying to earn extra money to send to them. Now I don't sit and stream and beg for it. I don't do anything like that. I give what I get, and I, in one hand out the other.
Yeah.
But then also like the main motivation past that in my mind is, God, I love knowing that people are excited to watch this.
Fuck yeah.
Like you said, like I have a bad day and I come in your stream and I hear you say, I hate this fucking game. And
yes. Every time I come in, I was like, even if I'm in there for like 5-10 minutes, I was like, I need to hear a fuck this game or a god damn it. But then it's a laugh like right after.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of people might get there like, oh, this guy's crazy. But when they sit and get to know you, the way you carry yourself and the way you entertain, obviously you're a funny guy. You know what I mean? But you tone it up just a little bit too because it's great. You know what I mean? It's great. Fuck this. I'm going to uninstall it. All right, let's go again.
Exactly. I always tell people I play COD just to get even.
Yeah.
That's it. Just to get even with somebody.
So so you're talking about like, you got this motivation to help, family members, and as well, you want to pursue this and help your community and be a positive person. Like, so explain how you balance a family in this. You have a full-time job. You talked about having your kids, you're married, and and still doing this. How do you balance all that? Because a lot of people don't understand that we don't just turn the camera on and play. We got a lot of things that we got to take care of before we do this.
Absolutely. Well, first off, like the best way to deal with your wife is I took online karate classes And you know,
He's
no,
stupid. That was good. I was like, oh shit, high kick, bow. I'm gonna go stream. I'll see you later.
no, my wife is she's the rock of this family.
That's awesome.
I like to think I am, but she truly is.
Yeah.
She's amazing. She loves that, and if I'm ever doing too much as far as streaming, she'll let me know subtly. She'll never be bitch about it. She'll just say, hey, it's time you take a couple hours step back a night.
Yep.
Which I have lately. My daughter's 3, and I'm streaming maybe 3 hours opposed to 5.
Yeah.
A night, and but my one daughter goes down at 7:30. The baby, and then my other 2 kids are one's going to college just about. And
Yeah.
the other one's and they're in high school. They don't give a shit about me past 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my wife, she just doesn't want me farting in the same room as her all night. But she's like, get away. So I have my 2 days of it's just straight family.
That's good, and that's that balance. Yeah.
I get home from work. I have a few hours with my kids.
Mm-hmm.
But the great thing is because of my trade, they were already ingrained in them. Construction worker, I'd work a lot of overtime, and now I'm not doing construction, I'm doing something else. So they were used to me working on the weekends and then working 12-hour days, coming home, seeing them for 10 minutes and going to sleep.
Yeah, but now it's like you have more time.
They see me more. Yeah, they see me more. So they love it. And plus, after my injuries, they're just like, life is short. Let him find his happiness.
Yeah, you busted your ass to provide and be there, and and going through all that stuff and finding your happiness after being injured and shit like that. It's a great story, and this is why I like talking to people, because a lot of people don't understand that everybody does this for different reasons. Yes, me, I was doing it just for fun. I was like, I always thought I needed to be good at this game or good at that game. But after I just got comfortable being myself and people genuinely liked watching me and I got to know people. And then I was like, you know what? I could probably do something with this. Like, I feel like I can do this in my own way and at my own pace. I think I could do this realistically. Yeah, realistically.
You're well-spoken. You're very articulate. You have no problem taking the time to explain something. I mean, I know you can't realistically always be in a DM or a chat, but you'll make a video.
Yeah.
Because if you hear the same question enough times, you'll make a video.
Yeah.
And, you're willing to take the time to do that. And it's stuff like that. It's like, good guy.
Thank you.
Does good. Does a lot. So it's like.
I try, brother. I appreciate it.
And, that means a lot to people, especially people who are trying to be entertained and have fun.
Yeah.
I think people are shifting away from the great gameplay more to the personality side.
Well said. I think yeah, when I hit that year mark, and I've said it many times, after that year mark, I found my niche. My niche was me.
Yep.
It didn't matter what Jimmy was playing. People wanted to see what Jimmy was playing. Or how I was playing or whatever. Just people came back for me, not because of what game was out or how good I was at the game. And once I felt comfortable knowing that, I think I grew a lot more and felt more comfortable in my own skin in front of a camera. Just me personally, like, I know what I bring and I know what I put out there. And if people like it, great. And if not, then it's all good. I might not be your cup of tea. How we were saying earlier, like, somebody might follow you and then follow somebody else. And you said it earlier off stream. You're like, man, I've had people come to my stream and then go somewhere else. And I see them over there and it's cool and it doesn't bother you. And that's good. That's how it should be. Because even though they came across you, they found somebody they could relate to more or like their content more, but you didn't take it personal.
No, I have, there's 3 guys. They're in someone else's stream 99.9% of the time. But at least one to 2 times a month, each one of them stop in just to drop 1,000 stars so they can write a comment that says #Weasel has a little wiener. That's because
we all know it's true, pretty much, right?
And I'm like, well, I love the $60 over the course of the month, but it's like they're starting a trend because now my own community does it, and they like me as a person. They don't they think I suck. They would rather watch good gameplay, but they like me as a person. They like to come play with me occasionally.
Yeah.
But my community is very toxic in the sense, like, it's like, if you can't handle jokes, you should not be there.
Yeah. I've actually had people that I'll go, hey, go check out so-and-so and so-and-so. And then somebody's messaged me, hey, Jimmy, I went to so-and-so and just not my cup of tea. It's a little bit too much. I was like, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that I follow because I like them. That doesn't mean that we can connect on a co-stream or we can play together. Just our personalities are different, but I like their content and I like how they are because everybody's different. And I like different streamers for different reasons. Like a lot of the streamers I like might be one end and at the other end, like, what the hell? You like both of them? I'm like, yeah, I like them for this and I like her for that. So that's the best thing about the content creation. How you were saying earlier, we've become like a TV show. Like, oh shit, Crap Weasel's playing. Let's go fucking have a good laugh. Yep. You know what I mean? Yep. Oh, so-and-so's playing. Oh man, let's see what new guns are out and how many kills this fool can get. And like, oh, this person's playing a horror game. Oh, let's have fun. So it's different genres and different people. So it's cliche and it's said many times and cheesy. There is a streamer for everybody. It might not be a popular streamer, but there is a streamer for each person out there.
Well, I'm finally at that point where people are saying, "Hey, what's your loadout?" And I'm just like, the one I'm using. that gun that was over there on the ground. I don't know.
I'm glad you said that. It's like, hey Jimmy, do you have the scope on that? And do you have this barrel? No. Send me a picture. Send me a picture. And I'll copy the loadout.
Like I've had people just come and watch the beginning of my streams to watch me fuck up loading.
Yeah.
Excuse my language.
No, you're good. You're good. Go ahead.
To watch me mess up the intro.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, we can't hear you. And I'm like, they see the weasel's head going crazy, but they can't hear anything. And it's me just F, like this piece of shit. And then finally I click it and I don't realize now they can hear me. I'm like, piece of shit. I'm done.
Let's get the stream started now.
Like, okay.
I got it out of my system.
Then I'm like, hi everybody, thank you for the likes. And they're like, all right, that's all I needed.
Oh my God, that is awesome. So what's it called? So we're talking about all these different things is going on. Like how, in your mind, how has 2022 been for you personally as a content creator? And what does 23 look like for you?
2022 has been fantastic. A lot of growth, hit that 1,000 follower mark. Recently, we got our supporter badges at the same time, which is pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And again, not a lot of people got those. The select people got that, and it was nice. It always made you. And the people who got it, people were complaining that, oh, this guy who has 150 followers got it. Well, that guy's streaming 4 or 5 hours a night, 5 nights a week.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think.
I think there was a lot of people. I've talked about that off stream with a lot of different people, and they felt different ways about it. Like me, like I had a lot of people like, Jimmy, why don't you have the badge? I'm like, look at my numbers. I am consistent. I'm steady, but I just can't get that 250 returning. I just can't. But I didn't let that deter me. I did different things to make it work for me and my community, and things like that. So when they unlocked it, I was already doing that anyway.
Exactly.
So I mean, I'm going to take advantage of it. Thank you very much. But I can understand how somebody who busted their ass to get the badge, I guess the old school way, can feel a little, jaded or upset. Like, hey man, I had to bust my ass to get it, and they just get it. But having that mindset is not good anyways. Like, don't worry about them. Focus on what you got going on.
And I got that too. But at the same time, I was like, I've seen that 150 follower streamer 5 nights a week, 7 nights.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen you with 5,000. Not you. I'm saying like another streamer going 2 hours here. Getting on for an hour, getting off. Maybe streaming 3 nights. It's like you think you're putting in the time, but there's always someone who, and I think a lot of those people got it.
They from what I understand is that they opened it up, gave it a bunch of people, and then they closed it back off. Then they changed which makes sense because everybody who's been consistently doing whatever, they just unlocked that feature for those people. And now you have to have a certain viewership to get it now. It's not as hard as before, but they still want to make it a little harder to get it than just your level up. You get 100 people, and because then you're going to get a bunch of accounts of people that are just going to try to get money. You know what I mean? They're not using it the right way or whatever. So it makes sense because on Twitch, it's easy to get that affiliate. But, you know what I mean? For Facebook, it was a lot harder to get that badge. And I think Facebook realized that, hey, there's a lot of content creators that aren't happy and they're doing all this and they're busting their butt and it's not working for them. They just adjusted that, which makes sense. A lot of other things are broken, but hey, they got this right. A lot of people are happy. That's one less thing that they have to worry about. You know, they can continue moving forward, because if you were only waiting for that thing to keep doing what you're doing, then you're probably not in a good place.
Oh
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
that
If
was
you
that
were
was stre- that was
if you were
stressful.
depending on that badge to say that you made it, then you're probably not in a good place, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Because if that was the
that badge
only,
don't mean shit.
yeah, exactly. If you needed that badge to show people that you're making it, then you're not in a good place, in my opinion.
You
You
know,
know what I mean?
but 2023, I'm looking forward to. I have some applications in with for partnerships with a couple computer companies,
Nice.
and trying to see if I don't want to do like the affiliate. It's either partnership or not at all.
Yeah.
You know, it's I think in the next 2 or 3 weeks I'm going to be doing multi streams,
Okay.
YouTube,
Nice.
Twitch, everything.
Yep.
You know, because not because I hate Facebook has its problems. They all have their problems.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you go like people complain about Facebook, and you go to Twitch, yeah, you can get affiliated easy, but if you have less than 1,000 followers and you have 250 supporters, I'll guarantee you 200 other supporters or other streamers.
Mm-hmm.
It's a follow. It's a follow for a follow.
Yeah.
And that's what I don't like about Twitch, because they don't have that boosting system.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of have to stumble upon somebody.
Mhm.
You know, and
it's hard to get discovered over there. I agree.
Yeah, so it's like, and then YouTube is that's the pendulum. That's where you want to be.
Yeah, that's the future, in my opinion. That's the future.
So hard.
It is.
Hard. They've set the bar so high.
Mhm.
You know that what you need to do now is just put your face on every platform.
Yep. That's what I've been doing the same damn thing. I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Twitch, I'm on YouTube. For me, I'm trying to build a brand, so I'm trying to get out there. I'm not going to limit myself to one platform.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Unless I'm getting paid exclusively by one platform and I'm not stuck, then I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm going to put I'm going to put my shit everywhere. Yeah, I'm going to, like, on Twitch, or like, why can't I sub to your Twitch? I was like, I don't sign affiliate. Well, why not? I was like, because if you sign affiliate, you can't multi-stream. I multi-stream on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube at the same time. All my streams are like that because I just want to get out there. You know what I mean? I'm not going to limit myself. If I'm going to try to push this and do this, I want to be able to have a better chance than just sticking to one platform.
I think the key is, like you said, get your face out there, and then you can funnel the ones who really are true fans
to your streams or other things. Yeah.
Place. Yeah. And that, I want to, start doing more charity streams, trying to raise money for different organizations. And,
that's awesome, man.
That's where I'd like to be for 2023.
Yeah.
Every platform and like I said, raising money.
Yeah. So we talk about, this year, next year, but let's say ideally in CrapWeasel99, not 69, what's your ideal goal in the future? Like, if you could snap your fingers, money wasn't an issue, time wasn't an issue, just like in a perfect world, what would you want to be doing in the future with this?
Oh yeah. I'm not stopping anytime soon. I would not hesitate to walk away if I had to.
Okay.
Blink an eye. As far as like families, if family related stuff, I would boom.
That's cool.
Shut it down, say my goodbyes. My family comes first.
That's awesome. That's awesome to hear. That's awesome to hear.
But my family fully supports me, so that's a fantastic thing.
Yeah.
Like, I have surpassed what they ever thought I could do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so I plan, at least I think, in the next 2 to 3 years to be at 100,000.
Yeah.
You got, like you said, you got to get your face out there. You got to do more. You got to TikToks, everything. And again, if I can do that, I can help a lot of people. And
and that's cool.
To me, that's amazing.
That's badass, man. So going back, how you were talking about, like, man, I didn't have help. I didn't have this. Like, what are some tips and some advices that you would give to somebody who, in your opinion, not that you regret what you did or what you didn't do, like, in your opinion, if somebody was listening and they might like, you know what, I heard CrapWeasel say this and I started streaming because of that. What are some tips that you wish you would have known in the beginning when you first started that could have helped somebody?
First started streaming?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll put it very blunt because don't be a bitch. Straight up. I mean, don't be a bitch.
Yeah. This is a hard line of work. It really is. You got to have tough skin, and there is going to be a lot of bumps. You know what I mean? There is a lot of bumps.
Just, get out there. I'm not saying don't be a bitch to get over your shyness, because even me, I'm an open person, and I had to open up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what I mean, more. I thought I was as super open until I'm face to face. I'm the class clown.
Yeah.
But like this was weird. This is a weird experience.
Yeah.
It's gonna be weird until you get 500-600 followers.
Yeah.
To your, like you said, a year in.
Yep.
You know, before you find your voice, yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, your niche, or where you at least think you want to.
Where you want to go with this? Yeah.
So when I say don't be a bitch, don't sit there and get down on yourself because God damn, it took me 3 months to hit 100. I know CrapWeasel did it in 22 days or something like that. Well, you know, I grinded.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know another guy, he grinded. He's been on Facebook for 6 months. He has 150.
Yeah.
You know, shit happens for different people
Yeah.
at different timelines.
And I think it's different pace too. People got to understand that your growth isn't somebody else's growth, and you got to be okay with that. Like we had, I had another guy on here last week. Was it Magic who said it?
Merc.
Merc said it. He said, "Don't focus on others people's success." Yep. And I thought that was perfect because I know I myself used to do that before that year mark. Man, this guy has this guy has that. Like, what about me? And I just was like, why am I worried about that? Everybody's growing at a different rate. Like, stay in your lane, focus on you. You know what I mean? And congratulate people that are doing well. Like, don't be upset that you're not doing as good as them. You know what I mean?
Like,
and
you can be like Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant wasn't jealous of Michael Jordan's success, but he did study his stats.
Yep.
He studied his moves. I look at Jimmy's, I look at Hoods, I look at Hitmans, I look at people who I think suck as well. You know what I mean? And I want to see what they're doing wrong compared to what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I want to see what Jimmy's doing right compared to what I'm doing. I want to see, you know, how to grow your brand. If you're not doing leg work, the little things are just sometimes just sitting back and spending 2 nights a week watching random fucking people's streams.
Isn't that crazy? I do that a lot too, man. Like, I'll watch and I'll lurk people because it's good that you say that, because I learn there's a lot of people that I follow who are like mid to high level streamers or partners, but I watch them not because of the gameplay. I just want to see how many reels are they putting out a day? How much this? How's their schedule? I'm trying to learn because I'm trying to make a business. I have a brand. So I'm learning what works and what doesn't work. And then I try to tweak it to it and for me, you know what I mean? So we're always learning from each other. And that goes back to what we were saying. It's just like, don't withhold information. If you know something, let somebody know. Like, hey, Weasel, hey, Jimmy, I saw this and this works. And oh shit, the algorithm did pump because, you know, Weasel said this and, you know, sure enough, you know, but people will hear something like that and not say shit because they want it to work for them, which is fine, you know, to each their own. But having that camaraderie with your peers and you all want to push each other in a positive way. You know what I mean?
And again, it goes back to just don't be a bitch. Just go and, you know, this again, basketball was Kobe Bryant's passion.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't get jealous of other people's success.
Yeah.
He wanted to emulate them and surpass them.
Yep. And that's what drove him. Yeah.
And he wanted to separate himself from the negative ones.
Yep.
You know? So it's like, study your craft. It's your craft. You can't say it's your passion if you don't put in if you're not willing to do the work to make your passion more of an attainable thing.
Yeah. I say that too. I tell people all the little things that you don't want to do that everybody else is doing, you have to do it. If you want to be successful in this, if you don't care about the numbers or making money or growing, then fine. But if you want to be successful in this, whatever Stone Mountain's doing, you better fucking pay attention. You know what I mean? Whatever he's doing or whatever the other partners are doing, you got to pay attention because those are the guys that are leading the way. You know what I mean?
The people who make money in today's society, whether it's streaming, grocery stores, hardware store, whatever, they busted their ass and they didn't complain when they fell. They might have got mad they get mad at themselves. They don't blame the exterior. Like, I can't blame other
the pointing fingers. I'm
not successful.
Yeah, that poor Jimmy the poor me thing.
Having one of my followers in his chat.
Yeah,
I'm not doing my part.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's just like
it is. Yeah. Well, man, dude, this was a great conversation, man, and I really appreciate it. I got to know a little bit more about you, man, and You know, I look forward to see what else you got going on, and I have seen the growth and the more confidentness and asking questions and wanting to do. Dude, I am very proud of what you got going on over there, man. Much respect.
Absolutely, dude.
Yeah,
I
man.
loved it.
Yeah, man.
Oh my-
So real quick, man, plug yourself. Where can everybody find you? What's your schedule like? What do you play? To give somebody
yeah.
who's listening or watching this, man, what could they expect if they show up to your stream, man?
Oh, Call of Duty, Fortnite. What other games do I play? Fall Guys. Pretty much, I'll play anything as long as the community wants to play.
Awesome.
It's really just a community-based stream where I try to include every single person, and
That's awesome.
We're a little rough around the edges. You're gonna hear some good jokes.
So 18 plus, a little.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
18
yeah.
plus, a little thicker skin.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
Unless you're the two little kids that I threw in a helicopter about a month ago, and their mom came into my chat to call me an asshole.
Oh my god, that's so crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great, man. Well, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it, man.
You.
This was awesome, and of course, I'll keep in touch with you off stream, man. I appreciate you taking the time, man. Thank you so much, brother.
Thank you for having me. Love you, brother.
Yeah, man. Y'all make sure you go check him out, man. He's on Facebook and soon to be on Twitch and YouTube and all that stuff, man. Until next time, man, make sure you guys check out all the podcasts. All the future podcasts will be on Spotify and iTunes and YouTube, man. I appreciate everybody's time and continuing support for me here in Crap Weasel. Peace out, homies.